We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, whoa! Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and SideScrollersPodcast.com. What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No, it is Thursday. We are officially on the way down to finish strong Friday. Hello, everybody. I'm Stuttering Craig. Great to see you guys. Glad you found us today on your internet dial, dialing us up with the fingers as you do, or your thumbs if you're watching on mobile devices. Glad you're here, guys. Welcome on out. We have a phenomenal show today with so much to talk about. The internet has, of course, given us plenty to be thankful for today, and also criticize in the best way possible, while also being what's the right word I think I used on the other day? Constructive criticism. That's right. That's what we're providing here. Constructive criticism. Glad you're here. One of the best at providing constructive criticism about Harry Potter. It's Blabs.
Hi. Hello. I was kind of shocked by the last bit. I was like, wait, what are we doing? Anyway. Hi.
Yeah. How you doing, Blabs? You all right?
My sleep schedule is completely fucked up, but other than that, it's good.
Well, you fly to the other side of the world. And
yeah, it's a 14 and a half or just 14 hours time zone difference. And then I got sick. So when you're sick, you go to bed earlier, right? That's a terrible idea. So now I keep getting up at 2 a.m., then going back to sleep around 6 a.m., then getting up again a few hours after that. It's no good. It's no good.
Hey, way to go.
Yeah.
Way to get up. Way to tough through it. You're here, which is wonderful. Also joining us today, man, we have a power pack lineup today. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a great one. We don't need this. This could go off the rails really quick, so we'll see what happens. The crazy Fox lady. Look at this amazing background. It's Kirsche.
Hello. I am joining you once again from a Dunkin' Donuts bathroom.
Wait, for real?
Yeah. Can you hear the echo? Obviously, I'm in a bathroom.
Are you just sitting on a toilet stall for like the next 2 hours and someone's outside going, hurry up in there?
No, it's okay. I drank like 3 large coffees. I have the right to be in here.
She got donuts too and everything. If you guys wonder why she disappears for a minute or two, it's because she's letting it all out.
We got snackies.
What, Blabs? Oh, no. Blabs last night, in the middle of the night before the show, she woke up and had chili at 2 a.m.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it doesn't. Listen, I don't understand why you guys think like it gives you like a whole bunch of gas and everything. If you eat like all natural stuff, you'll be fine. Small doses of it.
A little bit of the midnight chili.
Dude, I wanted to get up this morning at like 2 a.m, eat like tortellini that I had in the fridge, but I didn't do it because I'm trying to like not get out of bed.
Good for you, Blast. Way to fight the temptation. Way to go. Love it. Hey, someone who cannot fight the temptation and always gives in to her urges. It's Savvy. Savvy, how are you?
I am exhausted.
When no camera Savvy shows up, you know it's either super early or she had a long ass night.
So it's been days, but finally, all of the files were compiled for the XY staff data leak for Pokemon, and that happened right at 2:30, right as I was being a good girl, and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed early. But of course, they start dropping files, and I'm like, man, I gotta know.
You need some more Typhlosion fan fiction.
You know what? All the memes aside, I'm shocked, absolutely shocked at how poorly read the world is. How did people not recognize early century folklore about yokai? Come on, how do you not know about that?
They're just focused on the animal coitus, as it were.
So they did actually translate it a little bit off. The gist of the story is still there, but there are some discrepancies. But it doesn't matter. But it's just folklore. It's not
Look,
that
I just
weird.
don't believe my man Hypno has 0 cursed lore officially somewhere in those Game
Well, he
Freak
does.
vaults.
It's in the game. It made it into the final build. Hypno made it to the final build. Typhlosion, however, little stealthy. You know, it was a
They
little
were like,
too
okay,
filtered.
Hypno kind of looks like a man. We can get away with it. Typhlosion, though. I don't know if we could put
Typhlosion
that
is a
one in.
A beautiful badger.
So
They were not ready to invoke Ohio.
So the leaks have been good, Savvy. Have you
Oh,
enjoyed
the leaks have been peak. We were robbed. And we should all hate Nintendo.
Well, I'm glad you've got so much enjoyment out of that. Are you doing a deep dive on your channel for that?
Oh, there's gonna be so many deep dives. It's gonna be the deepest of dives. We're going to the depths like you've never been.
Can't wait to hear about
I'm
that.
gonna find that dark oxygen.
Oh,
What's that, Blabs?
I said like the Titan. Too soon?
except we're not gonna implode.
Oof, rough. Well, look, another place that we hopefully will not implode is Rumble, which we are live over there at rumble.com/sidescrollers. You also could have found out that this crazy mashup of Savvy and Kirsche being on the show was going to happen if you followed us over on X. We also have an Instagram account, don't we, Blabs, with a new goal.
Oh yeah, so we hit 2K, everybody. So you should get us to 3K by the end of the year. I'm just saying, it's totally possible. But follow us for memes and clips of the show. Otherwise, Kirsche's gonna shit on you.
I don't want to do that. I'm not a Saudi Arabian prince importing Instagram models.
Well, never mind. She's not gonna do it, but she will scold you from the bathroom of Dunkin' Donuts.
That's true. I'll do that.
Oh no, that's rough. Good Lord. With that said, we also have a Kick account, and you can listen to the show over on Apple Podcast and on Spotify. But of course, we want you guys to head over and become members over at sidescrollerspodcast.com, which is our home away from home. So make sure you guys head over there, sidescrollerspodcast.com. Go check the Golden Era doc, which covers the incredible, it's a 90-minute wonderful documentary about the development of GoldenEye 007. If you are a fan of the N64 era, I fully encourage you to become a supporter over at sidescrollerspodcast.com and check it out over there, which is great. But if you are new to us over here on YouTube, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button and join the 103,000, I want to give you the exact number, 103,462 normal men who have found common sense in the video game space by hitting that subscribe button. And of course, let's do our best to get to 1,000 likes today, which I know we can. I think Blabs, it's about time we bumped that up.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about doing that. What do you say, like 1,500?
Whoa, that's an aggressive bump.
All right, 1,300.
All right, sounds good.
Look, I put it
1,300.
in documents. It's official. You can't take it out now.
Why
No-
wouldn't you
no
do
backseats.
1337?
Yeah, let's go 1337. Total
I've
leap.
already put in the document. Ugh.
The doc has been changed. Well, okay, there you go, Blabs. Good job. So our goal is 1,337. That's total lead speak, and I love that you love that, Sav, which is great. That's internet talk right there. So look, we got a lot to talk about today. I mentioned we have, listen, Blabs is stoked. We have some Hogwarts Legacy DLC coming your way.
What?
We have an update on the new Universal theme park. We have a wicked actress being triggered by artificial intelligence, and it's the dumbest shit ever. Did you know, ladies, that bubble tea is now cultural appropriation? And we also have an update.
I'm a racist. I had bubble tea in Japan.
Well, how does that make you racist?
I don't know. It's cultural appropriation, apparently. to have
Yeah,
bubble
the
tea.
Japanese are appropriating something that a Chinese man is claiming belongs to him, but actually it belongs to the Taiwanese.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just kind of in a giant circle jerk of appropriation, and I'm
all
really excited to
racist.
see what happens.
Together.
We're going to get to that. in
I
just a
love
little
being racist together. We're so inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
We also, listen, I'm going to have a hard-hitting question for Kirsche today. Hard-hitting question. She doesn't even know what's coming a little bit later on.
I never know when it's coming.
Oh my God. Okay.
We also have an update on Call of Duty, which is wonderful about it not being sold in certain
We're just
parts
going to
of the
ignore
world.
what she just said.
Absolutely, we are.
We just breeze right past it. It's like a grocery list. Don't worry about it.
There's just like a fart in the wind. We're just ignoring that shit. There we go. And we also have an update on Dragon Age Veilguard and the leaks associated with that. We got a lot to talk about today. So with that said, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button and join us. And look at this right off the bat. Mark of Reality coming in slamming with the massive $50 super chat. That is spectacular. Blabs, please, while you show off those wonderful rewards, please read off Mark of Reality.
Mark of Reality, parentheses, Mark of Reality, parentheses, $50 says, yay! Savvy's here. Is she going to let us know what she really thinks about certain DEI movements within the gaming space?
Oh, yes. And I promise not to draw constant metaphors to Pokemon, even though it's the only thing on my brain, but I will still
I just
complain.
don't believe you.
I think we should take
really
shots for every time she mentions Pokemon.
Everyone would be
I don't
dead.
think we'd survive.
Everybody would be under the table passed out.
Someone in chat said we have a full house of women today. Yeah, there's me, there's Savvy, Blabs, everyone's favorite waifu, Craig.
That's
Congrats
right.
on the transition.
Craig it.
As a
Oh my god.
as a black trans woman, she, I actually am very excited to be here today, and I look forward to my next Ubisoft apprenticeship that I'm eligible for, which is great. By the way, still have not heard back from Ubisoft after applying to be a part of their workshop for only
I
women.
know why you won't hear
Oh.
back from them.
What is that?
You're being an insensitive scab. No one's in the office because they're doing their dutiful duty of dutying the striking.
Oh,
Duty.
yeah. That's
Out
right.
of duty.
Once more. There you go. You get farts along. That's good. Last fart of the day. We have a limit of 3. Hey, look at this. Alabaster Scarf came in with the $10 Rumble rant. Says first time Rumble rant for the channel. The girl screaming "yeah" in the intro sounds like a certain pink bunny. Thank you, Alabaster Scarf. Appreciate that. And it's actually a little boy screaming "yeah" in the intro. It says,
Oh
"Are
my
you
gosh.
ready?" Yeah, it's a little kid.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Well, there you go. Ready to go. Hey, look at this. You Ate My Rice is a brand new member. That's spectacular. Thank you very much.
Dude, I hate when people eat my rice. Don't do that.
It's the worst. Honey Badger says, "Can I get a thank you from Kirsche and Savvy?" Oh,
Like at the same time?
I sure give it a go.
Okay, you want to count it down, or how do we want to do this?
In 3,
Sure.
2,
After 3.
1, go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's going to be used for something lewd.
Yeah,
There.
probably on our show. Blabs, if you can clip that and we can take that and edit that
Sinners.
together.
The whole lot of you sinners.
There we go. And Sergio Strife says, Kirsche, what do you think about? This is the question I was going to ask you about. This is gonna blindside you later on today. I was gonna put you in the hot seat. Kirsche, what
My
do you think
husband did nothing wrong.
about how they're going after your future husband, Asmongold?
I question your take on men. Just gonna say. Ugh.
Man. I mean, I guess I can hold off if we're gonna bring it up later.
No. We can do this. Let's do it right now. Let's
Okay,
listen.
doing it live.
We're doing it live. This is important stuff we got to know. We've talked about Asmongold at length on the channel the last few days, and I think it's only important that we talk about it now because, as pointed out by several members, several normal men have pointed out that you think that he is the perfect husbando. And
I don't know about perfect, but he is my husbando.
Oh, okay.
He is my kami oshi, as it were.
Well, given everything that's happened over the last few days, what is your stance? Are you still looking to get hitched to Asmongold?
Oh man, I can only hope that like his apology is partial him actually feeling bad for the way he worded it, right? Because like I got a minor amount of backlash for quote retweeting and being like, this is just the normie opinion. And I feel like a lot of people forget what a normie is. A normie is basically an NPC, right? Like they don't pay attention to things in depth. They just like listen to the talk radio. They maybe watch the news while they're getting ready for work. They ingest what the mainstream media gives them. And for the longest time, I'm sure Gen Z is a little bit different. Gen Z is probably more inundated with current year rhetoric, but majority of people in my age group and Asmon's age group and older than us, when we don't know anything about the conflict over there, and normie is going to be like, oh, yeah, there's Israel, and then there's a country that's led by terrorists. Why would I care what happens to the terrorists, right? So he's just saying something that's basically like the normie programming at this point, but he went a little further and was just kind of like, I don't care if they get genocided, which not everyone there is a terrorist. There are average, normal citizens that obviously don't deserve what's happening. And so I can understand from his point of view being like, I was kind of an asshole. I worded it kind of rough. My bad. Like, I get him wanting to do that because my stance is the same as his, right? Never apologize to the mob. Only apologize when you feel you have done something that goes against your principles. And so I feel like his apology is partially that and also partially PR because the things that he says can affect those that he works with and the companies that he has basically a huge stake in. So I'm really hoping, and maybe this is me huffing copium, that they will eventually, like after he takes his hiatus and whatnot and whatever he's doing to work on himself, will let him back into like OTK and Starforge.
I think there's a very slim chance of that happening.
I would be very unhappy if that was the case to stay that way.
I don't know. I think that once you're out, you're kind of out. And even if he apologized...
I mean, they let Mizkif back in.
I don't know the ins and outs, but generally, once you have your apology and once you get booted, I don't know. I feel like there's one of those. I don't know. How do you feel about like him apologizing? You know, just the idea of somebody who says that you never apologize, then you apologize. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, to be fair, I don't know if he's ever said like never apologize unless it goes against your principles, right? Because that's what I say. Like, I've apologized to my community before where it's just like, look, I don't think I did anything wrong, but if you're upset with me for the way that I acted and you think that reflects poorly, like, I'm sorry to you specifically in my community. And that's only happened, I think, like twice ever. So if Asmongold holds the same thing, then I feel like he's being true to himself. But if he holds the like literally never apologize kind of mindset, I would question like why he felt the need to do that, especially since, again, like it's uninformed, but it's still like the normie opinion, right? Like people don't say it out loud because it's you know, tactless, right? But it's still what a majority of people who don't know anything about what's going on will just say.
Dark Lulege says, I will say it. They do have an inferior culture. I make no apologies for saying Asmon bent the knee. Enough said. I think what's interesting about this is that people are pissed at him from all sides, right? And like I said, I don't know enough about the situation over there. And honestly, I don't think people really come here to hear my opinion on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. It doesn't like it's over there. I'm worried about here, right? And with that said, it's amazing to see the pushback that he's received. Number one, for making the statement, and then he apologized. So he got pushback for apologizing. And even through the apology, the people who initially pushed back, it wasn't good enough. It was never good enough.
No, it's never going to be good enough for those people.
Right. Exactly. So
I think though he was apologizing for one specific part, and people didn't realize that. Because like Kirsche just said, he has the normie opinion, but it wasn't till he got, and this stems from, if you watched his 20-minute video, he said, you know, that he didn't care that innocent people were getting bombed. And that is a mean-spirited thing to say.
Yeah.
But
and that's what I brought up as well.
Yeah. And then like at the same time, though, it kind of brings into that question of how are you supposed to care about it? Like these people who are like hyper into the whole, you know, free Palestine thing, right? They want you to care about every little tragedy that's happening around the world. If a butterfly dies in Palestine, you need to be weeping and sobbing. And so the average person right now, if you go talk to them about it, they're fed up about hearing about it because their lives to them are still bad. But
people want to buy groceries, man. Like people want to know why their eggs aren't expensive. Yeah, right.
Exactly. And so when you tell them, oh, this is going on and you have to care about it while they're struggling to pay for groceries, they're like, okay, like, yeah, that is way worse than my situation. But like, I need to feed my family tonight. So I'm sorry that I don't really give a shit what's happening over there. I don't think he meant it like he genuinely doesn't care that people are getting bombed. No, it was never that. It's just he went on a rant. He got a little too spicy with his wording and people are sensitive.
And I mean, I'm glad he didn't apologize directly for the like inferior culture comment, because I feel like if you can look at a region that treats women the way they do and treats other certain people the way they do, that you can look at that religion and be like, maybe you need to go through a bit of a reformation period.
I think that's the idea of, I think that's probably why he caught the most slack, was the inferior culture thing. I think
I compared it to like Trump saying shithole countries, because that's pretty much what it was.
Right. Well, Ree came in with the 10 over on Rumble, says, I heard Kirsche dumped Asmongold for Typhlosion. Is that true? Also, what do you think about the Splatoon drama that occurred on Japanese Twitter, and your thoughts about blackwashing? Did you see all that? The whole Splatoon blackwashing thing, where they we didn't even talk about that on the show. But Savvy, your quick thoughts on that.
Fuck people who use the word fixed and posting along with art. Fuck them all. Fuck off. Create your own thing. Please go create your own thing. It's a beautiful thing to create your own thing.
Real.
But fuck right off. Don't post your ugly ass self-inserts onto another character. Nobody gives a shit that you're 75 pounds overweight, that you have stretch marks and scars from terrible choices you made as a teenager and then you never grew up mentally. Nobody gives a fuck that you're struggling and belong in an asylum and probably do copious amounts of marijuana to deal with the fact that nobody gives a fuck about you. Just sit down and stop going after Japanese fucking artists. Goddamn.
You know, if you were on camera, we would have clipped that and put it on social media, and it would have been great. But
yeah, no, I look like an absolute dying muskrat right now. Like I've just been hit by a truck, and I'm just on the side of the road struggling for my last breath.
That's so sad. That's a great description.
Have you ever seen that image of like that raccoon dead on the side of the road with a balloon tied to his foot that says "Get well soon"? that picture, I kind of picture Savvy right now.
That's me.
Anyway.
It's actually me right now.
Going rabid.
Oh, that's great. Hey, also great. Tomak came in with the 50. Says, "How dare you, Kirsche? We all know that Nerd Wars is best waifu." Look at that, Tomak.
Look, I can't ditch my Asmongold just because he has one rough time. Okay.
I just can't believe you actually find him like attractive.
Well, it's like, it's not about so much. How do I word this?
He is an enigma worthy of attraction based on his mind alone.
I've talked about it before because people are just like, the only reason anyone would ever like Asmongold is for his money because he's a disgusting rat king who lives in a mountain of garbage. And it's like, okay, yeah, he is a rat king who lives in a mountain of garbage. However, I was a swamp-ass, sweaty tryhard in MMOs for over a decade. The only reason I'm not right now is because there aren't any good MMOs to be playing, unfortunately. But I basically lived the Asmongold lifestyle to a degree, or I wasn't quite as...
all of you guys Clorox wipes.
I at least had that, but like I would have empty water bottles just like covering my floor. Like I would just not even bother bringing them to the trash. All right. I wasn't bad enough to have like a rat alarm clock or white blood on my walls, right? But like I understand the MMO gremlin life. And so it's like I see that and I'm like, if this dude can make something of himself, so can I. Right? And I'm not like glorifying his like live in the trash forever lifestyle. Even he himself says, don't live like I do. Don't make the mistakes that I've made. And I think that also to a degree is helpful for people to see, right? Because they're like, I was like this guy. I've managed to clean myself up. I've managed to like become more of a functioning person. And he can dispense advice for being like, hey, it gets way worse if you don't fix it.
Gross.
It's okay, I'll clean his Wendy's cups.
If somebody can please just Photoshop Kirsche and Asmongold as the Rat King and Rat Queen, that'd be outstanding.
Hell yeah.
And Mark came in, says, this is the perfect crew. I'm so glad to catch this live. You guys help me gain confidence in myself, and I forever respect all of you. Keep putting your best foot forward. Thanks, guys. Let's go. Love that. That is awesome, Mark. Congratulations. That is spectacular to see, and I'm glad we could help you with that. You know, I mentioned this the other day, how I heard something this weekend. I talked about the constructive criticism versus complaints. I heard another thing this weekend. I want to read this off my notes. Don't make today a day that you check off. And hey, Mark, you're not going to do that. Don't just check off the day. Make it count, baby. It's like go Jack Dawson. Make it count.
I'm sorry, what?
Go Jack Dawson. Isn't that Jack Dawson from?
Oh my god, I heard something else. It's fine.
Yeah, I heard something else too. You weird, Craig.
What'd you hear?
That's fine. Carry on.
Okay.
Do you guys think he was talking about jacking off?
Yeah, I thought he said go jack off today. Fair. That's how you completed
I heard
it.
Jack Dawson, and I was like, Shane Dawson? Who the fuck is Jack Dawson?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Craig's beautiful and inspiring words. Yeah, guys, go jack off today.
No, Jack Dawson. It's Jack Dawson of the Dawson from Chippewa up in
I'm glad I wasn't the only one that was like, what?
That's awesome.
It's beautiful words to live by.
Yeah, thanks.
Honestly, it is actually very important for male health to actually ejaculate once a day at minimum because it helps prevent prostate cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, No Nut November's dumb.
Yeah, it actually is really dumb. If you want to stay fertile longer and if you want to help lower your risk of cancer, please actually do live by Craig's words and at least jack off once a day if you don't have the luxury of a cat woman to help you out.
What the hell are you talking? We're live by my words. What are you talking
You
about?
said jack off every day. Don't just check it off.
Make sure to take your magnesium and zinc supplements.
Oh my god.
Yeah, do that beforehand.
Yeah, listen.
Wow.
Oh, you cut me off. Here we go.
Right on, flopping dick and balls.
Don't be like Razor over there. You need to strong like bull. There we go.
Yes,
Big.
No floppy, only erect.
You must goon.
Hey, speaking of being strong, Dark Resurrect says my big holdup is the people saying that calling one culture inferior is what led to genocides. I disagree with that sentiment, and I do agree that not all cultures are equal. I don't think innocence should be harmed. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like some people are going to be like, oh, I take offense to that because like I'm a Muslim and I don't act that way. And it's like, okay, yes, there are Christians who don't live precisely by the Bible either. It's gone through a Reformation period, but I think we can all admit to ourselves there's a bit of a difference between current year Judaism, current year Christianity, and current year Islam. It's like an undeniable reality that I guess we're just not allowed to mention.
I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this name anymore. I'm probably going to get canceled, but probably the best name I've seen today. Ballin' Midgets came in with a $50 super chat. Hey, give it up for Ballin' Midgets, knowing that I am indeed beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. That's wonderful. Oh my God. Speaking of whacking off, that's what this entire first 27 minutes of this show has been. Just us just whacking off the entire time. We see every single one of your super chats, every single one of your direct donations, every single one of your Rumble rants, and we'll read every single one of them before the show is done. But good God, let's get into it. It's time for my favorite segment.
Excuse you.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's not. Blabs, what do we got today?
Sit the fuck down, bro. Anyway, okay, October 17th, guys, we have Zoo Tycoon releasing back in 2001. Let's go. Then we also have Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, releasing back in 2005. And then we have Bully, releasing back in 2006.
Zoo Tycoon.
Man, I can't believe Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, is 19 years old. What the heck?
We old. It's crazy.
Stop saying that.
Some noticeable games that were not included on there, which, hey, good for Zoo Tycoon. Also, Fear for the PC, released 19 years ago. The Warriors, based off the 1970s movie, was released for PlayStation 2 and Xbox 19 years ago as well. Destroy All Humans, released 18 years ago in 2016. Justice League Heroes, also 18 years ago. Microsoft Flight Simulator X, released 18 years ago. And Kirby's Epic Yarn for the Wii, released 14 years ago in 2010 in the United States. Also, 1 year ago, Sonic Superstars, released for the Switch, PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and all pretty much everywhere else. So yeah, some noticeable. Oh, and also, 7 years ago, South Park: The Fractured Butthole was released in 2017, which
I still haven't played that yet.
Oh, it's so good.
Here it's spectacular.
I've heard only good things.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
But Zoo Tycoon.
Zoo Tycoon. I killed so many people, man. They don't make Sims like they used to.
I mean, Zoo Tycoon 2 in my opinion, is far superior than the first one. Like Zoo Tycoon walks, so Zoo Tycoon 2 could run, but 10 on 10, bro.
That Dino expansion pack always tickled my fancy.
You know who also really loves Zoo Tycoon? Josiah Rises. Shout out Josiah.
Oh, yeah.
We text over Zoo Tycoon.
It's ridiculous. Hey, Josiah, I got some news for you, buddy.
Gay!
You're just uncultured, Craig.
Dude's a Viking. You calling him gay?
I'm just giving you a hard time, buddy. No, listen. I know Zoo Tycoon and Roller Coaster Tycoon and all those tycoon games are ridiculously fun. So, all right, are we allowed now, Blabs? Can we get into it?
You may proceed.
Okay, thank you. It's time for my.
I'm glad we have permission.
That's good.
Wait, I'd just like to make one statement. You brought up Roller Tycoon.
Sorry,
Oh my god!
What do you got?
No, I was just going to say it was actually code genius. People still make long format contents about just the code today about Roller Coaster Tycoon. Go look up what's his name? Marcel Vox, I think. I love listening to him. He makes like 20 and 30-minute videos on the code of Tycoon, Roller Coaster Tycoon. Very impressive.
Give it up for Marcel over there. Let's go. Love that. All right.
Yes.
Awesome. Now, before we get into what everyone came here for, which is popcorn bucket talk, first I want to point out that main crustacean. I'm butchering your name, but thank you so much for the 20 European money. Says Asmongold's motto has always been never apologize to the mob, but it's okay to apologize if you actually did or say something wrong. There's never an absolute in anything, but this whole he bent the knee thing is so stupid. Thank you for your input right there. I saw Kirsche, you nodding your head.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody could reinforce that because I didn't want to put like words in his mouth if I couldn't remember exactly what he said in regards to the apology stuff. So.
Also, Vesterbino came in with 10 gifted memberships. Let's go with that. That is awesome. If you guys got gifted a membership, make sure you say thank you. Consider paying it forward. Vesterbino, that is spectacular and much appreciated. Guys, appreciate your support. Now it's time to get into what everybody really cares about. Popcorn bucket talk, which we've seen lots of popcorn buckets over the last year or so. It's been a major thing. It's been a big trend. Starting with the first time I remember seeing the popcorn bucket really taking off was actually at Walt Disney World with the damn Figment popcorn bucket back in the day. People were scalping it for like $300, $400. Well, there's a new popcorn bucket. It is 80 ounces big, and it's going for $24.99. And it, my friends, Blabs, I got it, is the Venom popcorn bucket. Thoughts on pulling popcorn brain out of Venom, ladies?
Oh, I feel like this would be a weird bucket to put your dick in.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
It's also really an interesting skull fucking location. Like, I feel like most of the time you go in through the eye socket. Because,
yeah, I was thinking like you go through the eye, maybe the ear if you're feeling a little frisky, but like, what is this?
Well, he's got the two little holes on the side there that look like those would be good for carving out.
I guess.
For all the micro friends.
Well,
yeah, I don't want to reach over into Venom's head and then feel the boopus. I'd be a little weirded out.
I'll tell you what, this is exactly where I thought this would go. Thank you, ladies.
I mean, I can't hear popcorn bucket without thinking of dick in a box. So
why?
Do you not know what that is?
Yeah. No, but like you think popcorn bucket, I think like the Figment dragon that started all, and you think dick in a box. Our minds are so
precious.
You've never had a guy cut out the bottom of a popcorn box and put his dick in it and then fill it with popcorn and then you're eating the popcorn and then eventually you just touch his penis? You've never had that happen before?
I don't even know how to answer that right now.
You gotta be careful when that butter starts tasting a little funny.
Yeah, I know, right?
Look, man.
Blabs, you don't know the popcorn trick?
Why do you know the popcorn trick?
This is
so romantic.
This has been around as long as movie theaters have been around.
Craig's like, I have a wife. What do you mean? Of course I know the popcorn trick.
No, I'm just saying. You've never heard of the popcorn trick before?
What the hell is she talking about?
What? All right.
What?
I'm just saying.
Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, sounds good, Blabs. Way to go. Maybe do a
Nice
little,
popcorn bucket.
Yeah, just saying. You got to get all sorts of orifices for the ladies to take advantage of. Apparently, all right, excellent, wonderful.
You know what? I'm gonna give Kirsche the Venom popcorn bucket and then some Clorox wipes.
Oh, thank you. Look, you don't have to feel alone in lacking knowledge. I learned from Twitter the other day that apparently that Me Espresso song by Sabrina Carpenter is about pussy juice.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I learned about that from you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I am an educational streamer.
I don't understand. What is there to sing about, though?
Because when you drink from her coffee cup, it keeps you awake all night because it's so delicious.
Yeah.
It's not how that works.
JJ juice.
That's that Me Espresso. I mean, that is how that works. You can definitely get someone addicted to it.
Oh, well, yeah, addiction's a little bit different, though. It doesn't necessarily mean it'll keep you up.
Well, I mean, if you're up all night thinking about it, you know, sometimes, you know, it's possible.
Why are you telling me this? What makes you think I have any interest in that at all?
I don't even know what's happening on this show, but listen, it's exactly what we expected. Exactly what we expected. Oh, I'm sorry. Just for the record, Kirsche, what song are you speaking of?
Me Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter.
I'll do a little research on that later. Thank you.
Do a little research.
Is that it sounded such like a nice song, you know, like chill.
It's catchy.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh. And then like these parents are playing it around their children. It's like
to be fair, my mom was playing like my neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack when I was like, you know, a little kid. So
that explains so much. It explains so much.
My very first musical entry when I was a wee toddler, my mom gave me Salt and Pepper, Let's Talk About Sex on cassette tape.
Is that how you got the talk, Kirsche?
I never really got a talk except for when I you know first started my period. It was on Christmas and my mom was like, "Congratulations, you're a woman now."
Oh, you got that one too? You got the congrats thing?
Yeah, I got the fucking congrats.
But yay!
Yeah, you're sitting there sobbing like, am I gonna die?
Yeah, I was like, am I dying? What's happening?
So because I was a Catholic girl, I thought that it was the same thing as like Jesus dying and being resurrected 3 days later. Because she's like, "Oh, you're becoming a woman," and I'm like, "Does this mean my innocence is dying or whatever?"
Oh my god, I wish I had gotten that talk because I probably would have started crying harder and been like, "I don't want to be turned into bread."
I like bread.
I love bread.
Once again, the brain damaged Foxy breaks another. That was Blabs today, our latest victim right there. Thank you very much.
What are we talking about? What's the point?
None of this matters.
This is what everyone came for today, which is good. Jason says to support the stream after Savvy and Kirsche get you demonetized. Well, thank you very much. It'll be much needed today because I'm pretty sure we already got that. Yes, Jason, for sure.
Speaking of the talk, though, I actually learned about it through Yaoi. I actually didn't know that straight women had sex.
Oh no.
Yeah, I had no idea it was a thing. I thought it was just a thing for dudes for a while. That was funny.
Hold on. Blabs asked a very important question.
Wait, what?
What did you ask, Blabs?
I don't want to ask anymore.
Did you say what's Yaoi?
No, we're great people to ask questions to. What do you mean? We always answer.
So educational.
Now let's find out really quick. If you could spell it out for Blabs, and Blabs, if you could just Google that, please. Just
Do I need private mode or something?
Well, no, because okay, look, they watered down the whole Google search. If you just type in YAOI, holy shit, I'm stupid.
You're gonna see a lot of dicks.
You're not gonna see anything but fluffy shit.
Well, I don't know. I just have like. It says boys love a genre of fictional media.
Yeah, see, go to images. Go to images.
Oh God, why are you doing this?
Here's what happens.
Hey, dudes, look at that.
So here's what happens. when Tumblr broke the damn walls and whatever, and all these losers came out of Tumblr, they started going after Japanese artists. This is similar to what happened with the Pantone police, right? And so if you draw the wrong thing, if you don't draw the perfect happy relationship where there's tons of consent and everyone's being super sweet to each other, then they come after you and they try to cancel your life. Back when you used to Google
keyword, they're come after you.
Oh yeah, it won't be pretty. No, back when you used to Google the word yaoi, you used to actually get a diverse array of images. Now you just get some stupid fluffy shit and nobody's naked.
If you're new to the show, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also hit the thumbs up button as we are closing in on our goal of 1,337 likes. I'm glad you guys found us. We're live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Hopefully you guys join us, which is, on a day-to-day basis. We're off to
I like boobies.
I have grievances. Continue.
Oh my gosh. God, this is great. All right, let's continue. Hey, ladies, did you know today is actually a very important anniversary in the world of video game entertainment? Did you know that?
Anniversary?
Yes, it is an anniversary, young foxy lady.
Pokemon game was released today.
No.
Drink, she said the word.
A noticeable death in the world of video games. And that
Osama bin Laden?
Close.
What year is it?
The Osama bin Laden of video games. Here.
Oh!
That's right. 2 years ago today, G4 died after the rant from Frosk.
Has it really been 2 years? What the fuck?
2 years since they died. That's right.
I have a hot take.
Yes.
I don't like that.
Yes.
No,
yes,
wait, bring her picture back up.
Okay, sounds good.
If you removed the bullhorn nose thing, she'd be kind of cute. But I gotta say, I love her hair texture, man. She took time to put product in her hair. I'm too lazy to ever do shit like that, even when I had short hair. She looks cute there.
If
she could do a good Roxas cosplay.
Oh my god, she could. Oh my god, she could. She was that person from Tumblr. She was the Tumblr live action Roxas. Then that was her whole personality. That's why she did what she did, because nobody cares about Roxas anymore. They spent too long getting Kingdom Hearts out, and then she lost her. That's why we have the problems in the world. They took too long to get Kingdom Hearts 3 out, and all the people who watered down writing, they didn't have anywhere else to go. So they had to
I'll never forgive G4 for coming back. They should have stayed dead. They took Kasim G from me. I'm so upset.
You know
he got hired by G4 and he wiped his entire YouTube channel. No more Going Deep. No more California On. I cry.
I forgot what happened to him.
He got hired by G4 and now he streams.
Wait, he's back streaming?
I mean, I don't know how regular he is, but I see him live every so often.
Well, I've learned two things today.
Yes.
Both of our guests have really shit takes for finding people attractive. Frosk and Asmon, are you fucking serious? Anyway.
Look, Asmon's better than Frosk, okay? You can at least agree with that one.
Yeah, 100%.
No, I think, no, they're both equally, ugh. Anyway.
I'll say this. I actually think that if Frosk I think Frosk has a ton of potential to be pretty. I really do.
Yeah, she fixes her hair, removes the piercings, fixes her teeth, then
do
she's
the Roxas
okay.
hair. Needs to commit to being Roxas.
I mean, I don't really care what she looks like. I just wish she would change her personality to not be so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would legitimately love to have her on the show to kind of do a full recap of everything that happened and just interview her and talk to her about how she feels about how G4 went down. But yeah, 2 years ago, we got the news that G4 is dead. And, obviously there was the great meme that came out of Friday Night Tights, where Frosk came out and they had the Frosk rap and all that. That was phenomenal stuff from back in the day. Anyway, so rest in peace, G4 TV reboot. You are not missed at all.
Not missed at all.
Not one single bit. Something I can't miss is Certainty Off Strife, who came in with a $50 super chat. Blabs, please read off Certainty Off Strife right there while I put Certainty Off Strife on the wall.
Alrighty. Sending support because YouTube. Well, between Kirsche and Sav, I see is not guys with messed up minds, and there's a chance I might find someone with the same messed up perv mind.
Look, I used all of my self-control to not even use the word rape in the first 10 minutes, okay?
Oh, no.
I was a good girl today.
You were. You were fantastic. You had so much self-control. You know what?
I even talked about Typhlosion without saying it. That is some real control.
If everybody can go back about 15 seconds and see Blabs literally cringe when Kirsche said that.
Well, actually, I even looked at the timestamp to see where we were at in the minutes. I was like, okay, 45 minutes. All right.
Right there.
Whatever.
Yes, the pain literally leaving Blab's body as Kirsche said that. All right, let's go and continue. Let's pick Blabs up a little bit. Blabs, how about you lead this next story, as we have news about a video game and a franchise that you're actually very much interested in, and that is Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know how I feel about this, because they're saying that this new DLC, which will have at least like 10 to 15 hours worth of playtime, might be about 20 to 30 bucks. And I'll be honest, I think that's a bit too expensive, especially the 30 bucks deal, when a lot of the stuff in this game I found really boring and repetitive.
What is going on with the page?
That's just me. That's just me goofing around.
Someone having a stroke.
What you doing, bro?
That's just me. That's me holding control and hitting plus and minus back and forth a lot. That's all.
Wait, so do you really think that 10 hours you wouldn't pay 30 bucks for that?
Not for this game. Considering the
Not
only
for a
thing I
DLC.
actually really enjoyed was the PlayStation 5 exclusive quest.
What's it like being a normal consumer? Because when it comes to Pokemon, I'll give them $100 bucks for 30 minutes.
Oh my god.
For 30 minutes?
But that's how they keep being able to churn out slop, though, is if you keep paying for the sloppa, they'll keep giving you the sloppa.
I know.
So that's what my mind does. That like this game, in my opinion, wasn't actually all that amazing as everyone's making it out to be. So, like I said, the only quest I really enjoyed was the exclusive one. So if they make it like that, I'm down for it. Otherwise, if it's just shit side quests that don't make any sense and don't add anything to the game, I'm like, YOLO.
All right. Well, that's coming soon, right? How soon is that coming, Blabs?
Well, it's a rumor.
Oh,
it's not confirmed yet.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, they did like this thing months ago with like the director's cut. So I'm assuming this is actually legit and it's just not announced yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is a rumor, and we can look forward to that. And so you will not be playing it, Blabs?
No, I will. It depends on the price point. I don't think I'm gonna shell out 30 bucks. I'll see. They would have to like blow me away on that, like the trailer and everything. I'm like, yo, this looks cool. I'll do it. If not, we'll see.
Okay. Well, something that is not a rumor is something we've actually talked about quite extensively on the channel, which is the Disney alternative, which may be the main reason to go to Orlando in the future. Universal Orlando Resort, Universal Studios out there in Orlando. We've talked about Epic Universe. Kirsche, Savvy, are y'all heard about Epic Universe at all? Are you excited for this?
No, I've never heard of it before.
I'm really stupid. This is the one that's supposed to be the good one, right? This is the competition to Disney?
Yes. Okay, so there's Disney, and then there's Universal Studios. And they're like separated by 10 miles or whatever, right? One's right up I-4, the other one's at the end of I-4.
How did Disney allow that?
Well, that just happened. Competition happens. Now, Disney owns a ton of land, and Universal, they already have two parks. They have Universal Studios, they have Islands of Adventure, and they have this new park that's opening, and they just announced the opening dates for this for May 22nd of next year. And they have a trailer for this. But the thing about this one is that this is the park that's going to include several new worlds in it, including the Super Nintendo world, a dark universe, which is all built around the Universal monsters, which would be cool. The villains, yep. And then they have the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. They have the Super Nintendo world.
Okay, that's where Super Nintendo World is, because that's the only thing that I've seen anything on. I don't care about anything else, obviously.
That sounds cool as heck.
Yeah, actually, in honor of that, I'm wearing my Tokyo sweatshirt. The Universal.
That's very cool.
Nintendo.
So we have an opening date of May 22nd. So right before the start of the year, which
it's all owned by Disney, right?
No, this is Universal Studios.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, totally
I just
different.
don't understand how Disney didn't own all the land over there. I thought they owned everything. So to know that it's so close, that's weird.
Yeah, it is. And well, there's all sorts of attractions around Orlando. Have you ever been to Orlando, Savvy?
Yeah, I've been to Disney down there. I was for my friend's 21st, and then I spent 6 of the 7 days completely sick with evacuating all orifices at once.
Sounds awesome. That's good.
I almost died.
It's good. Well, I'll tell you what, we have a date for it, and Blabs is very excited for this. I'm actually very excited for it as well. I think that we should maybe attempt to potentially do a live show down there. I think that'd be really fun to do.
Field trip.
If we do that,
please.
Savvy would.
It's a company expense. Write it off on your taxes.
I would drive down. That's only a 16-hour drive for me. That's nothing.
Only 16.
Oh, that's nothing.
I think we're and here's the thing. I'd be interested to see if we can do it live and have a bunch of normal men come out and join us down there. And maybe we can do a fun little, fun little IRL streaming out there and go ride all the new roller coasters and stuff. Cause they're going to have
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't do roller coasters, but I'll hold the bags.
Yeah.
Okay, fun fact for you, in Universal Japan, they also have a Jurassic Park ride, but it's a pterodactyl ride, but the Japanese can't say pterodactyl, so they just call it dinosaur ride.
Why can they not say pterodactyl?
Because it's hard to pronounce.
No, I want to hear a Japanese person say pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl. No, that wouldn't be that hard.
Is that the actual translation?
That's the Americanized one, and they use American words, and then they just make them cute.
Yeah, well, I feel like they probably don't use the scientific name. So anyway, yeah, it's called Dinosaur Ride.
All right. Let's now English to
I like
Japanese.
The fun fact.
Now hold on. This is actually very important. Oh, here we go.
What is the Japanese word for pterodactyl?
Yeah. Let's go to Microsoft Bing and figure out exactly what
Microsoft Bing. Who uses Bing? Are we in a low budget horror movie?
Yeah, what is this?
Side Scroller is about as low budget as you can get. Let's see how we got here. Let's see what it sounds like. Listen to translation. Here's what it sounds like in English.
Pterodactyl.
And Japanese.
Pterodactyl.
Oh wow!
Dinosaur.
Look at me. I was spot on. You owe
that's
me an
what I was told,
apology.
that they couldn't pronounce it very well, so they just changed it to dinosaur
You owe
ride.
me an apology. Do I not know my Asian pronunciation?
Maybe it was because kids can't say the pterodactyl.
Yeah, maybe, but that's what I was told. So they just have it as Jurassic Park, the dinosaur ride.
Wait, why does she owe you an apology, Savvy?
Yeah. I don't know. I just want one.
Okay. Right,
no.
Damn it.
I don't do that.
Never apologize to the mob. Good training. Good.
There you go. Did you see the tweet this morning from Zack Snyder about Batman? Oh, well, this is a wonderful tweet. Let's check out and see what he had to say. He said, "Does Batman have sex? My version of Batman definitely did, but that isn't always the case. Learn about Batman's sex life in this article from Inverse.com's superhero issue, guest edited by me."
Does anyone care about Batman's sex life?
The basement dwellers on Tumblr.
I bet. Yeah, I mean, we have one here. Savvy, do you care about Batman's sex life?
Okay, listen. For a small, brief period of time, I may have really been into Jason Todd, and whatever happened.
That's what I was about to say. Right, like people are going to care about Batman's sex life to the extent that they are a man or woman and they are having masturbatory fantasies about Batman, right? Like that is the extent that people care.
Yeah, I don't know why the hell he's posting an article with a biblically accurate angel holding a fucking vibrator. Like that's supposed to relate to Batman. Like just confirm whether or not he was fucking Jason Todd as punishment. That's all I care about.
The biblically accurate angels came down and bequeathed Batman the bat dong.
Sav, I'm imagining, since you don't have your camera on this morning, this is what I'm imagining. As I'm reading off, does Batman have sex? I'm imagining you like getting closer to the screen, like being like, yeah, does he? You know, and then I said, does anybody care? And you quickly just like went like, did one of these where you're like looking around, you're like, Well, if you want to know, Zack Snyder is here to tell you more about Batman.
Oh, thanks, Zach.
So, just so you know, congratulations for that. Have y'all seen the movie Wicked that's coming out? It's the prequel to The Wizard of Oz. It's about how the from what I understand, it's about how the Wicked Witch of the West became the Wicked Witch of the West. Yes, is that correct, Blabs?
Mm-hmm. I remember all the annoying theater kids in high school liked the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the musical. I've not actually seen the musical, but the music, there's a few really good tracks in it, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, it's a little bit of context here. This is a musical that's been around for a good while, and this was the poster for the musical back in the day. Okay.
Yeah, the official Broadway poster.
I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to point out the hat is covering this woman's eyes, witch, right, Wicked. And then Glinda, who is the pretty one and the white, her face is hidden behind her hand. So I just want you guys to pay attention to that.
Okay. So she's over there and she is
Bye, Kirsche.
whispering something. Oh, she'll be back. Crazy foxy lady will be back. But there was a fan art. Is this correct, Blabs?
It was just a fan-made fan art made by AI or Photoshop or whatever.
Okay. So this fan art came in and they made this right here, and it looks very, very similar to the original version. By the way, how's the Dunkin' Donuts internet holding up for you, Kirsche?
Sometimes there's a little bit of an issue, but it's not.
When
it's not
she
a big deal.
flushes, she loses connection.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be careful of how much you're flushing.
So, anyways, you can see the comparison here.
Mm-hmm.
You can see what happened, and this is an AI generated thing along the way. Well, this is apparently, according to the actress who plays the Wicked Witch of the West, the extremely problematic. Now, Blabs, please fill us in on why this is problematic. What did she say in particular?
So basically, this new AI photo, this poster, basically is the exact replica of the Broadway, which is not the poster that was officially released. It shows her face. Ariana Grande's hand is lowered and it shows her face. But Cynthia, who plays, the Wicked Witch, says, "This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen, equal to that awful AI of us fighting, equal to people posing the question, is your beep green? It degrades me, it degrades us. The original poster is an illustration. I am a real-life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, because without words, we communicate with our eyes. Our poster is an homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me, and that is just deeply hurtful." So she's been triggered by the AI poster that was just a homage to the original Broadway poster.
So here is the original poster. And the actress, the one on the right is the original one. It was changed, obviously, to have to reflect the original one.
Yep.
And this apparently, once again, the wording on this is amazing. This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen.
Jesus Christ!
What a life of privilege,
right? That's absolutely amazing.
Put me on the doll where the AI hurt you.
Right. But you would think that she would be self-aware enough to realize that it's an homage to the original. I mean, clearly she understands that this is an homage to the original movie poster, and I don't understand how that can be even close to offensive. Savvy, I think you're right. The idea of what kind of privileged life do you actually live to where this is the most offensive thing you've ever seen?
I think she's memeing. Because wasn't there another post? Somebody said there's no way that we can take these people seriously. And then they showed another post that she did a few days ago. I honestly, I don't care what she has to say. I don't care about this situation. I just can't bring myself to give any more the field of fucks that I have is dead and barren.
Cool. Okay, let's move on then.
No, we can talk about it if it matters to you. It's just...
No,
it just sounds like she wants to get people angry and talking about how the dumb person she is,
No, this is real. She's actually triggered. This is her 23 hours ago. Said, "Let me put this right here to remind you and cleanse your palate."
Oh,
that's not a palate cleanser. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's not.
Yeah. Weird. But just like to point it out too, like why is she not upset that Ariana Grande's face was also hidden? No, it's only just about her. So
wait,
funny.
Ariana Grande's in the poster?
Yeah, she's Glinda.
Ooh,
what?
Glinda, the chick on the right.
That's Ariana Grande?
Yeah,
I had no idea that was Ariana Grande. What the heck?
I thought she died. Oh,
I thought that was Lady Gaga.
One.
No, Lady Gaga was in Joker too.
No, I know she was in Joker, but that's why I was like, why is she also in Wicked? What is happening?
No, she's not. So,
I don't know.
there you go. Yeah, clarification, chat. Ariana Grande is in this movie. She plays Glinda, the fairy.
Good Lord.
The good witch. The good witch, not the fairy. The good
Isn't
witch.
she a fairy? Whatever, man.
She's the good witch. Well, okay. Speaking of witches and other Hollywood actors who are just want to play victim, did you hear about this whole thing with bubble tea? Did you see this has been passed around? It has 22.5 million views over on X. This is like the Canadian version of Shark Tank, where these people went in and they pitched a bubble tea company.
Dragon's Den.
Dragon's Den? Okay. And this is the Toronto actor Simu Lee. How do you say it? Simu what?
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Liu?
Okay. All right. Well, if you haven't seen it, I want to play this clip for you.
Mr. Shang Li.
Yeah, the guy from that
Shang-Chi,
movie.
his name is.
So they're pitching this bubble tea company, and this is what he has to say about it.
I am studying your can, and I am looking for anything that tells me where boba came from. And where boba came from is Taiwan. You know, I started this venture company for a lot of reasons, but really primarily.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Can we just stop for a second and see the white lady shaking her head in agreement?
Oh God!
Like,
are we gonna have to like put where the product comes from every time someone makes something that's not from their culture?
Right.
You know what? No, her expression is more exasperated. She's actually annoyed with him.
Yeah.
She's tense in the neck and her eyes are wider, but her mouth, that she's not happy about what he's saying.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, 100%.
Wow.
I think she's nodding along because like she's on TV.
It's polite.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I do want to say that I do agree that all the ingredients should be sourced and you should know where everything comes from. Just a side note.
Well, sure.
Well, no, but that's not what he's talking about, though.
Yeah,
he's like,
he's
you need to
completely
put
saying,
that
you know,
it comes from this country.
Because like boba doesn't come. Nobody's import. Well, yeah, you can import boba, but like I can go upstairs and make it. It's like a 2-minute process.
Oh my God, there was a lady who like ordered sushi for delivery, not like food delivery, but like package delivery. And it showed up to her after like 3 days. And obviously it was no longer good to eat.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to make some tacos after this and someone's going to be pissed. And I'll make sure to let everybody know they originated in Mexico. Or did they? I don't even know. Well, let's keep going.
You know, I started this venture company for a lot of reasons, but really primarily to uplift minority entrepreneurs. And not only do I feel like this is not happening here, but that I would be uplifting a business that is profiting off of something that feels so dear to my
buddy. This fucking guy. He's like, oh, sorry, you don't have the right skin tone to make boba tea. Fuck off, dude.
You know, mention of that lady. I think this lady's actually the one who's pitching it. So you're right. I think you're right, Sav. Her look and her, you know, this is
probably part of the pitching team. Then
yeah. Okay. I thought she was.
One of the Dragon Dens?
Yeah, one of the Dragon Den ladies. Yeah. The Shark Tank ladies. All right, let's continue.
I'm just like, I'm sick of the fucking victim complex, man. Like everybody's just like, I gotta do something in order to get the victim status. You know, people gotta know that I'm oppressed.
Yep. Let's continue.
Dear to my cultural heritage. I want to be a part of bringing boba to the masses, but not like this. So for that reason, I'm out.
If you wanted to bring boba to the masses, you would have already fucking done it. You haven't thought about boba tea till this porn star from the 80s brought it up to you. Like, actually grow the fuck up. The reason why the industry is so shit anytime a VC gets into it is because of dumb fucks like him. You have uneducated fuckwits who want to be victims and feel morally better about themselves, giving money to people who may not know what they're doing, all in the name of some dumb fuck message to get a few extra dollars. You need to sit the fuck down and stay the fuck in your lane. You are an actor. You are not an investor. You have no idea what meaningful fucking business is. Shitheads like him are why the game industry is on such tight turntables to get vomit fucking pushed out instead of letting people cook. I was robbed in Gen 6 of Pokemon because of fucking investors in Nintendo. Let people cook. Thank you for the free advertisement, Asian man.
It always comes back. Listen, I get it, Sav. It always comes back to Pokemon, and I'm sorry that it hurts you. I'm sorry.
Drink.
I'm so upset.
We're all drinking.
I'm like, fuck. Well, we're not done yet, Sav. So let the hate flow, as they say. Let's continue here.
Respecta.
What do you mean? I
Makes me sad how successful this business is.
Well, I'm sorry,
it
what?
makes me sad. Shut up.
So one of the women was just like, I respect. And what do you mean you respect that he's literally being a racist? He's just like, I want to bring boba to the masses, and I feel like you as a white lady up here trying to make boba. You're not promoting minorities. You get off my stage. I don't. All right. I do understand why these people call everyone else racist while being like more racist than a dragon in the fucking Aryan Brotherhood could ever hope to be. It just blows my mind. They have to be doing it maliciously because there's no way they're too dumb to notice.
No, I think he's actually too stupid to realize what he just did.
And it's like, is he even does he even have like any Taiwanese in him?
No, he doesn't.
Or is he just like, I am Asian, therefore all Asian things I am appropriating?
Yeah, that guy also played as a Korean actor in a show. Or I'm sorry, he played as a Korean character, which he shouldn't have done because that was fucking appropriating. Why didn't he give his role up to a minority?
That these are all wonderful questions, and that's the thing is a lot of these people who are screaming the loudest oftentimes are the ones who are the worst when it comes to all this stuff.
It's our turn. We're screaming now. I even have like permanent resting bitch face stuck on right now.
I'm so angry
because you're in a Dunkin' Donuts bathroom.
So mad. All right, let's continue.
It makes me sad that people are, they're drinking boba with a raccoon with the sun.
It doesn't mean that they don't have the opportunity to change and do that.
That's true, but there has to be a willingness, and I have to be able to invest in these founders knowing that they will.
What? The what?
What?
But they didn't. They didn't.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Oh, was that her talking? Sorry.
Say no. The collaboration that they've had to this point is with their supplier in Taiwan. And if nobody else has told them that before, you can't put that all on them.
Wait, their suppliers even in Taiwan, and he still has a problem
So
with
he just shot them down. Wow. They're actually doing a cool thing by importing their ingredients from Taiwan, and then he throws a shit fit. So the white man was trying to help some local Taiwanese business, but the angry Chinese man said, "You can't do that, white man."
China going in and colonizing the area as per usual.
I really want
China,
John
the real
Cena
oppressors,
to show up.
What's up, Blabs?
I really want John Cena to show up and be like, Taiwan's not real.
Well, there's actually some interesting little layers associated with this, as Blabs pointed out here. Now, walk us through this, Blabs. What's going on with this?
All right, so I've not seen the Barbie movie. Just clarification. However, in the movie, okay. In the movie, there is a map of the world, and apparently they draw Taiwan as part of China, like owned by China. So it's just ironic because this actor is in the Barbie movie, and I wondered if he ever commented about it.
Probably not.
Right.
Did the movie do well in China?
That's a good question. Good question. Let's see if you can find that the Barbie information over in China. But there's more here because this guy Simu came back and he posted it after this went viral a couple days ago. He said, "I truly do not care what you spend your money on. Buy boba or don't, or buy bottled mass-produced boba that feels weirdly appropriated or don't. It literally does not matter to me," which I think is a pile of bullshit based off of
that's definitely bullshit based on what he said.
Right. All I ask is that you not empty your life savings into altcoins or NFTs, right? Which he's trying to be smug about it. La, 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 la,
Yeah,
la.
right. The smug doesn't work when you look like an ass.
Right.
So to answer your question, China's Barbie's box office 35,200,000.
35 million. Huh? Not for China.
Okay.
No, not for China.
So they didn't even care.
Yeah. Nina Infinity pointed out over on X. She said, "Aren't you Chinese? Didn't you play a Korean dude in Kim's Convenience? Some like you might call that cultural appropriation, but hey, when it benefits you, who cares, right?" Right.
True.
Exactly. So
I'm so glad that posted numbers.
Right.
And then we have this from our boy George, who is a great political cartoonist along the way. He posted this over on X. He said, "Girl, I can't stop drinking bubble tea. I hate you. I told you. I know you like honeydew, but you gotta try the taro flavor." Then he comes flying in. "Beg ye mercy, white devils consuming my sacred heritage." He says, "Who the heck is that? I don't know. All Canadians look the same to me."
That's a multi-pronged joke right there. That's a good one.
That's good stuff. We'll go follow G Prime 85 over on X for that. He's a great cartoonist over there, which is awesome. All right. So if we can all move past that ridiculous cultural appropriation that we all witnessed and bow down to the Asian man, that'd be great. Who also, ironically, is considered white today, which is wonderful. We can move on to, yes, that's apparently the rules. I don't make them. I just live by them. We can move on to our next little quick hit. And we have an update, which I can't wait to share with you guys. But first, Spadge Badger came in with a $20 direct donation. Says, "Kirsche for the win." Thank you very much. Broadcasting from a Dunkin' Donuts bathroom. Video Gamer 25 came in with a $10.25 direct donation. Says, "Good luck with this alliteration." I like to challenge me with alliterations. Here we go. "Famous, fantastical, fabulous, ferocious, fantastic, feminine, fetishistic, facetious, flirtatious,
facetious?
findom." No. Oh, yeah, I think it is. Facetious, flirtatious, findom, Friday, fucking wonderful, Foxu. Virtual head pat for Kirsche regarding the Asmongold news. Savvy is also hilarious as usual. Thank you, Video Gamer 25. I nailed it.
Did you? Nothing went wrong.
Yes, perfect.
Please try again later.
CG Hero came in with the 10. Says, "Congratulations on your transition, Craig. Now you can identify as a masculine presenting transgender lesbian, which is the same as being a straight man." Well, thank you, CG Hero. Appreciate that. Should remember that next time I'm applying for a job. Dirtus King says, "All right, I'm ignorant. How was Gen 6 pushed out quickly due to VC? It isn't as bad as Gen 8, and we got Sylvian. Is that right? Sylvian.
Filthy creature.
May I get a summary?
What the heck?
Gen 8 was the worst gen, and until I get Sav.
Our chops.
And
yes,
Lillian.
our chops. There we go.
I will not buy a Pokemon game. So yes, Savvy, you have 2 minutes to fill in Dirtus King.
Oh, 2 minutes. Where do I begin? It was a dark and stormy night, June 2011. No, I don't know. So the reason why all that shit happened and it got pushed out is because they told Game Freak, okay, you need to have a yearly release so that way we can maximize our profits. But shit went down for Black and White and Black and White 2, so they had to rush a bunch of stuff. And they're like, oh, shit, dude, we have a big anniversary coming up, so we're going to do that for Gen 7 instead of 6, instead of giving everybody a cinematic experience full of interesting lighting, complex storytelling, and an insane number of Pokemon. We're going to go ahead and do a fourth of that content. We're going to cut out 2 sections of a map, all so that way we can zoom through this and then zoom through Sun and Moon and then finally catch up with sort of current day graphics by going to full 3D for the Switch. It was bullshit. And Nintendo and everybody else around Game Freak was cracking their whips saying, you gotta do this. And Game Freak's like, no, I just want to write my Typhlosion fanfic. Why? And that was it.
Thank you, Savvy. Appreciate that. All right,
I
now
don't know
we
where
know.
I was going with any of that.
Hey, Aruga came in and says, is there a possibility of having Savvy and Kirsche do a watch along of the Jeff Keighley Game Awards together? I think that'd be awesome. Now, listen, we're definitely going to do that because we're going to have some great deals to become voting members of the Real Game Awards during the Game Awards. I think that'd be really great to have you all on to do a watch along for that. So never say never. We'll see. Thank you, Aruga. Appreciate that.
Just don't expect any monetization through YouTube.
I actually got paid to watch the Game Awards last year. Otherwise, I wouldn't have.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, did I?
Oh, no, Craig is dead.
Okay, he's dead. I thought it was my internet.
Oh, no, he's dying.
Just Craig.
Hands up, don't shoot!
Stop resisting!
All right. Hopefully I'm back. Am I back?
You're
I
back.
think so.
Okay. I'm glad that happens when people are talking instead of me, which is good.
True.
So that's why Blabs has 1 ear in, and she's just trying to figure out what's happening on. You got to be ready to go, baby, because my internet is all
truly
sorts
was
of
stuttering Craig.
Yes. All right. All right. We got an update here, which is wonderful when it comes to Gina Carano. Gina Carano, obviously, she's in a lawsuit with Disney right now, and there's a lot of pushback by Disney trying to get the case dismissed because they are fearful of what will be found in discovery. At least we can assume, right? I'm not a lawyer, but I can only assume that when a case goes to discovery, Gina is suing for wrongful termination and discrimination, and Disney is doing everything they can to push back against the insanity at Disney. Well, we had an update right before the show started, I'm going to read this verbatim if I can. She says, update. After the judge denied Disney's request to dismiss my case, Disney requested permission to immediately appeal that decision to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals and delay all discovery while the appeal takes place. Now, once again, discovery is a process where all emails, all communication between Disney and pretty much whoever they want is put out public. And this is something that, once again, Disney has no interest because they could be saying, listen, we need to get rid of her because whatever, right? And it's a very telling process. Discovery is a damning process, and it would be in Disney's case. So they pushed off and said, "Hey, they want to."
Perfectly clear to reemphasize
Yes.
that this would allow people access as soon as it goes to discovery and is cleared. I guess like nothing gets necessarily withheld aside from personal names and like addresses, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't even know about the personal names and addresses. I think it may all be done, but I don't know. But yeah. I don't know. But discovery is a worst case scenario for Disney in a situation like this. But yesterday, October 16th, 2024, we learned that the judge denied Disney's unusual request. I'm obviously very pleased with the opportunity to keep moving forward with the judicial process and into discovery. While I wish this was not necessary, as it is not my desire to be in this battle in court. I will not shrink away from it because it is hard or uncomfortable. Again, a huge thanks to all of you who have shown me support daily, to my incredible lawyers and to Elon Musk, who is funding this case, by the way, and the people at X for the opportunity to continue this lawsuit and seek justice onward. And she includes this right here. You can see the conclusion. For the foregoing reasons, the court denies defendant's motion. That is the Honorable Sherlyn Peace Garnett, the United States District Judge. So that is a huge, huge win. So Elon Musk is funding this process, which is, Gina Carano could not win this battle without the funding here, because that's one thing that Disney does in cases like this is they will either attempt to buy you off or they'll keep the court case going as long as they possibly can and essentially beat you with money. And nobody can beat Elon Musk with money. So
that's true. That's really cool that he's funding it.
Yeah, and this was the reason why Elon Musk is funding this is because the actions happened on Twitter at the time, and he put out a tweet saying, like, if anybody was affected by being fired for something they said on X, and you feel that it was unjust or something along those lines, send me the details. Long and short is, I think Gina has said that she actually hasn't had any communication with Elon Musk, more so his people. But the fact that he's funding this case is spectacular, and this is dangerous for Disney. Like, I think we're going to find out some hard truths about how they run their company.
I certainly hope so. That'll be really interesting.
Savvy, you got anything on this?
Yeah, I mean, it's just if there's even just a few things that reinforce everything that O'Keefe has exposed so far, I think that that's going to be really fascinating, but I just hope something actually comes from it. I hope that she's able to win the case, and I hope that this now causes structural change, and I hope that this gets the damn shills to stop it. Just shut up and stop it. Like, they're defending a company that would sooner pay them 19% less because we have that information from the Acolyte than actually live by anything they claim to promote. Everyone else can see the bullshit. But now we're just trying to get the willfully ignorant to accept that this is a terrible company. What happened to Gina was terrible. It has nothing to do with sides. You wouldn't want to be silenced or fired for your shit. Gina should have that same kindness extended to her.
Exactly.
I don't know why this is difficult.
You know, and Matthew comes in and says, if I can give my opinion on this whole Gina thing, I personally think she's a little overrated, but I do understand that being fired for saying something is pretty poopy, and they should have done a better job at that. And I think, you know, it doesn't really matter what you think of Gina as an actor, right? Do I think she's like Oscar worthy or the best actor ever or actress ever? No. But the fact that she was fired for saying something that her co-actor in the same series said something in a similar vein and had no repercussions to it. Pablo, whatever his name is.
Pedro was arguably and has been worse. That, I think, is the most annoying part of this. He has actively been 1,000 times worse than her. He has taken one of the most historically tragic things and turned it into just a commoner's talking point like it's the damn weather. He's so disrespectful and ignorant.
Right. And as pointed out in the chat, the idea that I think it's more about the principle of the matter, Nathan said. So, you know, I think that's the biggest thing is the principle. And don't forget, like Mark Hamill, you know, like wishing death on sitting presidents and being just a total shitface. You know what I mean? Like there's so much there. So it'll be very, very, very interesting to see how this moves forward. And when you talk about like tipping points of like public information, you know, you keep in mind Disney owns ABC. So will ABC ever talk about this? No, right? So there's one major media outlet that will never talk about this lawsuit. But this could be a very, very, very big lawsuit that moving forward. So
I would love to see just how deeply embedded all of the DEI stuff is in Disney as well. Because with O'Keefe's like undercover interview thing that he released, I had quote retweeted off of him all of the other stuff on Bridge with all the other companies basically falling in line and being like, yeah, this is what diversity means. It means less men, less white people, less straight people. This is not who we're going to be hiring. And so like there were people who were surprised about it when the Disney guy said it. And I'm glad that we have video evidence of him saying it, but it's like, this isn't surprising. This is what they've been doing for ages.
Yeah. I am anxiously excited to see what happens with this. This is very exciting to me, and I don't know. I think only good can happen from a little bit more transparency. From like I grew up loving Disney. I think like most people, but to see what they've become and to see the evil that permeates from that company, I would love to see them exposed. And I don't want to see them like gone because I just want to see them return to normalcy.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think this could be a step in there. Link fan, listen to this, came in with a $50 direct donation. Says, just figured I would give you some money because most of this week's shows are probably demonetized between Razor, Melanie, and today's wonderful guest. Keep up the genre at work, everybody. Thank you so much, Link fan. Genuinely appreciate that. I'm going to get you on the wall as well, my friend. Thank you very much, Link fan. That is spectacular. Kirsche, you mentioned the idea. You mentioned the idea of how much this stuff DEI is forced into Hollywood, and that could be exposed in the emails. I want to talk about our lead today, our lead story. Have y'all been following the stuff that's been going on with Dragon Age: The Veilguard?
No.
Yes,
mostly.
Our lead story. Have you been following this at all?
I have not.
No? Savvy, have you been following that at all?
Mostly, sort of, kind of. I don't. I know something just came out about their pre-order numbers.
Am I on a delay again?
Yeah.
You're a little delayed.
A little slow there.
All right, All right, I'm going to reset. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourself. Blabs, why don't you give it. There you go. I'll be right back.
Go away. Okay. Anyway, so Master Gawa says, I love how in ancient times white girls could blame their white girl weakness on gods or demons, and then it magically becomes myth or lore that Lita couldn't resist that swan because it was actually Zeus. Thank you for that. Zachary says,
oh yeah, if you read mythology, a lot of the Greek gods like to turn into goosesses or swanses, and then they like to fornicate with humans.
Yeah. But don't duckses and goosesses have like the really weird looking boobuses?
Oh yes, and for some reason that was a great deal of fascination to ancient Greeks and Romans when they came to their mythology. I guess that just tickled their fancy at the time.
What the heck?
Okay, I'm just going to move on from that. Zachary says, dang it, Kirsche, you've turned yet another man to the gay.
Asmongold is not gay!
Sigrid says, Asmon got on a debate with Hassan and let himself get gaslit and bullied. Murnum says, Savvy, what's been going on with the artists on X moving to alternative platforms like Blue Sky?
Oh, this is actually a big deal. So X changed their terms of service. And so you used to be able to opt out of having your images that you post to X not get used for Grok training. Now that has been entirely removed and you cannot opt out of it. So anything that you post to X is now subject to be used for training on Grok. This includes photos, artwork, video, your words, whatever.
There you have it.
Do not post pics of your children to X anymore.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's really weird that we can't opt out of the AI training.
Yeah, but I think it's really, really weird that we're where we're at right now. People need to just stop posting pics of their kids. There's no reason for it.
Yeah, why? Especially when your accounts are public. Like,
yeah, there's just no reason for it. I understand some people do it because they're just trying to, share their life with the world, whatever. But because of this AI training stuff and because of nefarious individuals, the internet isn't what it used to be. So please just don't post pics of your kids. And if you don't obviously want your artwork a little bit, it's still serious, but less serious than I feel about the kid thing. Don't post your art to Twitter. There are alternatives, unfortunately, now that you have to consider.
All right, Lord Brown Bear for 10 says, me in 2009 playing Dragon Age. Oh wow, what an awesome introduction to grim dark fantasy. I sure can't wait to see what direction BioWare takes this series. Me in 2024, just let it end, please.
Oh no.
All right, well, we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. Am I back? Am I good?
You're back. You're good.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Excellent. Okay, let's actually talk about Dragon Age, the Veilguard. Now, there's been a lot of talk about this game, the idea of forced diversity, equity, and inclusion, the pronouns, the character creator along the way. This is a BioWare game through and through, and there's been a lot of talk about it. There's the kind of meme of the IGN. The IGN creator went in and they had access to it, and they posted a video about how they loved it. And at the end of the day, the character looked like he did in our thumbnail. And it's like, I love the character creator, and it looked like that.
What the heck?
Right? It's like, oh, I loved it, and it's very androgynous along the way. Well, a playtester has spoken out about this. Now, there's a small creator on YouTube, and her name is Nure. Nure is her name, and she went out and posted she had an exclusive interview with a playtester who was under NDA, but he has gone through and he's a huge Dragon Age fan. And he went through and he's played through the entirety of the game. And it's a 31-minute video posted over on, I think it's Nure, Nuhre, just under 3,000 subscribers, which I encourage you guys to go check her channel out and subscribe to her if you're into Dragon Age. But she posted this 31-minute video that is really like, it's amazing that this guy came out and kind of broke NDA to talk about all these things in here. And now I've watched this entire video in its entirety, and she does a really good job asking questions of everything that's happening with this. Now, there's a nice little consolidation, and this is pretty much a rundown of what happens. And these are quotes that are directly from this tester. So the game is like super woke with pronouns everywhere. The companion literally introduced themselves. This is the companion literally introduced themselves with immersion breaking language saying, I identify myself as non-binary.
Oh boy.
This is very early in the game. And this is, remember, a fictional world. And she actually asked the game tester, like, this is a fictional world. They didn't even like try to disguise it as something else. So this character walks up and identifies as non-binary. This is crazy. So the romances in the game, where you can sleep with whoever, were and still is may be gender locked unless you choose a pronoun other than he, him. Okay, so if you're he, him, you don't have the option to sleep with or do whatever you want. But if you are anything other than he, him, you can do anything you want with anybody in the game, which is kind of a Dragon Age thing. It says you must be pansexual, or you are restricted to 2 romance options, while other choices may romance anyone. So if you are anything other than he, him, you can romance anyone in the game. So we'll see. The story is a disappointment after disappointment. They talk about the facial animations being really plasticky and kind of tired looking. They said that here's the other thing, is that the tester sent in a ton of feedback. They asked, can I provide, he talking to his lead and said, can I provide you with a bunch of feedback for this game? And he's like, yeah, put it together. So he put together this big, long document about the game, and the tester's feedback was ignored after the boss said, like, hey, he said, it's very good feedback, but I can't send it to him. It's very good, and it was implied that you can't talk about all the woke stuff making the game worse. It's not even something you can talk about, even if it's ruining the game. That the developers don't even want to hear it. So like
that's kind of what I brought up the last time I was on here when we talked about toxic positivity. I don't think there's toxic positivity in these development teams. I think it's basically just them being like, this is the ideology, this is what we're pushing. You can give us feedback, but if it's any feedback to do with the ideology, we're throwing it out. We don't care. We're putting the ideology in there.
Right, exactly. He says it's so far removed from Origins that is crazy, and that it's in the same universe. He says this is the end of BioWare. That's what the developer says. Like, as somebody who, and this are the tester says, and the tester is like, he's a huge Dragon Age fan. He's a huge BioWare fan, but he's saying this is the end of the company, the final nail in the coffin of the once great studio and franchise. So, the idea, this more or less saying they're going to ram this shit home, whether you like it or not. And the sales, the pre-sales of this game have not been very good. They've been okay, but they haven't been great, as you would expect. You would expect a BioWare game to do well. So, Savvy, are you surprised by any of this?
No, I'm not surprised. I'm just disappointed. I put out a post yesterday that really sums up, I think, the way that I feel about all of this very well. Is if they want to waste everyone's time, go for it. You are free to do that. Put whatever you want into a video game. But at some point, you cannot keep blaming gamers. You weren't blaming us pre-2016 when the industry was good, before VCs came in and all this stupid language with tax break bullshit comes in. Everybody loved gamers back then. VC capitalists, they couldn't wait to put their money into the damn market. Now all of a sudden we're a problem because we won't show up for your slop. I'm sorry,
the original gamers are a problem started with the first Gamergate, which was like 2014-ish. So it was definitely before 2016. And even before the 2014 Gamergate kicked off, there was the gamers are like a toxic boys club kind of thing, right? Like, it was women who first came in and they were just like, oh, well, we need more women in gaming. There needs to be like more women in esports. There needs to be more women everywhere. And then it just kind of kept slippery sloping from there.
Yeah, Twitch really kind of as soon as they became Twitch from Justin TV, the conversation definitely shifted a good bit there to start being more sensitive. And now we have all these gender study people getting jobs that they shouldn't have, changing the actual industry and what's being put out.
And this is part of the rhetoric of feminists being useful idiots, right? If you look at people like Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian, especially Anita, who pushed like feminist rhetoric into the gaming sphere, they are pawns that are used in order to have Marxist ideology infiltrate these certain places. And it's really unfortunate that probably people like Anita don't even realize that that is what they're being used for, that they think they're actually doing something for the greater good, and that a lot of people don't take them seriously enough. But it's like women have been used as infiltrators and pushers of this because it's very easy to, I guess, manipulate them en masse for some reason. And also people will just believe women, as we've seen with like the Me Too movement kind of thing.
Yeah, the hashtag believe women, and then it's just weaponized compassion, because a lot of this stuff really did start from a good place. The messaging, the words, the reason why people latch onto them so heavily is because they are genuinely good words if you think about them at a surface level. But once you start actually having a conversation about what does it mean and why are things different in this moment compared to 20 years ago, sure, there's a couple of things you could bring up, but since then, since at least 2010, there haven't been any problems. Women didn't go into a field just because, you know, they didn't know that they couldn't. It's because demographically they chose not to.
I do see people trying to push back in chat on me saying Anita might not know what's happening. I feel like she's a grifter, right? She knows that she is lying to people. I don't feel like she knows she is being used as something to dismantle on a larger scale. I feel like that's what she doesn't know. And I don't feel bad for her, right? Like, you don't feel bad for the ideologically captured thralls. They don't deserve pity.
Yeah, if she was actually someone who knew what was going on, she wouldn't have been the face of anything. Because these people don't want to operate, the actual people pushing this stuff, they don't want to operate in the public appearance. They want to be able to act from the shadows, because the things that are going on behind the scenes while Anita's distracting everyone is you've got the people, the top leaders of Bridge, showing up at Microsoft conventions and talks. They're talking to Microsoft. Who's Anita? Nobody cares. Anita's not making choices.
It's so vindicating when, like, Robbie Starbuck was talking about how Microsoft was getting rid of DEI, and I'm just like, hey, actually they're not. They talked to the CEO of Bridge. Here's all this information. And a whole bunch of other people were just like, oh, Kirsche, you're not working off of facts. You're just assuming these things. This is your opinion. I'm like, it's not an opinion. I literally have proof. What do you mean?
You were max vindicated once they announced the new person in charge of Halo, because that's Bridge in action. That is literally Bridge in action.
Literally Bridge in action. But, like, I equate Anita to Sasha, I think her last name is Thompson, the lady that runs the DEI After 5 and the Equity Equation podcast. Sasha obviously is a grifter. She's in there to make money for herself off of DEI consultations, just like Anita. She seems to heavily believe in the nonsense that she is pushing. I believe that Anita is actually a feminist who believes in the majority of the rhetoric that she pushes. And this is the difference between somebody who is a true believer, TM, and then someone like Cheryl Dijja, the CEO of Bridge, who knows that everything she's peddling is just a lie in order to transform culture to the way that she wants it.
Well, there's a lot here, right? And it circles back to, to this Dragon Age Veilguard and how this is all being permeated into the entertainment that we're looking at. I thought it'd be interesting to kind of put a bow on this portion of the conversation with Dragon Age Veilguard, is to actually talk about the pre-order numbers, because there's been a lot of talk about this. Savvy, you had your post in response to the That Park Place article. But I have an insider who has gone in and they've done an excellent job of being extremely accurate. They see access to the pre-order numbers of the big box retailer that they work for and the over 800 stores that come in. So to put this in perspective, Sparking Zero, which was just released and sold 3 million copies in 24 hours or something like that. I think Sparking Zero just murdered it, right? To put that in perspective, that had just under 6,000 physical pre-orders at their 800 stores. Okay. And that game has been a major hit along the way. Veilguard, which is cheaper, the Ultimate Edition of Veilguard, is $90 compared to Sparking Zero's was $109. Veilguard's pre-orders have a total of just under 1,300 pre-orders. So it's about 20% of what Sparking Zero had done from a pre-order perspective. And just as a total side note, have you guys seen the new Sweet Baby Inc. game, the Unknown 9 Awakening game? Have you heard about this?
Yes.
It's coming out?
Yeah.
Well, it's being I would say it's being released as a game. It's a game that's coming out. Well, Unknown 9 Awakening, through the 800 stores, had 46 pre-orders total through the 800 stores.
They had that many.
But 12 of them were canceled. So they had a total of 34 pre-orders. 34 total pre-orders for 800 stores, which really gives you the appetite,
I was trying to find more information on them. I remember that some people did some digging back when they had their first big trailer kerfuffle and it got mostly dislikes. But I couldn't find how much the game's budget was. I know that they are owned, that studio was bought by Bandai Namco EU. So I don't know if they make their own decisions. I don't know if that's a different branch entirely. I don't know if they didn't have any conversations with the Japanese branch. Like, I don't know how all of that works. I haven't looked into Bandai Namco like too much, but it's clear. I don't know if anybody watched the Let's Play. So Bandai Namco did a stream with it, and they had up to 250 viewers for gameplay preview and an interview with an individual on the team or a dev or whatever. And all he could say was that the character was strong. That's how they pitched their main character. Oh,
What
you're
the
muted
heck?
or something.
Oh, I was just talking to myself. Yeah, no, it's funny you mentioned that because I watched that live stream and that is exactly said. She is a strong woman. Those are the two. She's a strong woman. How would you describe the character? She's definitely a strong woman. And it was like, okay, all right. Like, there we go.
Now, the guy that they had do the stream with, I had never heard of him before. He's just a small game blogger from the one that got shut down this summer. But he does have connections to DEI pushers and people who misrepresent many of the talking points that, of course, circle our little bubble. So I can't say anything for him. All I can just say is, like, what was he, the only yes man that they could find? Like, why would you not want to work with somebody who actually has a presence when you're trying to pitch a game? There are tons of people. I mean, they could have reached out to even Paul Tassi, I feel like, but they didn't do that. They chose some small nameless individual. I'm sure he's a very nice individual, but, at the end of the day, this is a marketing game. And if you're going to be stupid with your marketing, this is just one more bad choice on top of a bunch of bad choices.
Well, yeah, I mean, for sure. This has been nonstop. 2024 has been nonstop bad choices for a lot of companies.
Seems like it.
Yeah, it's been nuts. Jam Call came in with the $20 super chat. Says only a recent JRPG got the pronouns thing right and interesting. A boy was offended for being asked, and as a young victim of a Magitech cult member's parents implied to have modded his natural body into a non-binary lab rat.
Ooh,
I'll appreciate that. Also, Sparky says, "Praise the Foxu." I find it very telling how insiders have shifted from mainstream guys to guys like Craig and Damian and Arch. Cathedral lost money over info flow, and that's why they paint content creators like you guys as evil. Yeah, we are the alternative, and whether they like it or not, we're here to stay. So fuck off. Like,
fuck off.
We have we have close to 6,000 people watching the show right now between everywhere, all of the outlets that we're on. Which yesterday we had a record viewership. Today we're approaching that as well, which means we're growing every single day. Like, so fucking A. And like, tell me the last time that IGN had 6,000 people watching a stream from their original content. Like, you can't.
Sometimes they don't even get 6,000 views.
Right. So that to me says that, and the best way I've heard side scrollers described is we are the wake up call to the industry, right? Whether you like it or not, there are millions of normal men out there. And we talked about this yesterday. Somebody came in and says, I heard about your show through word of mouth. Fucking A. Love that. Like, that's the best thing that you can possibly hear is word of mouth. So
yeah, absolutely.
Exciting stuff.
And for all the jokes and, like, the degenerate stuff that Kirsche and I even talk about, all of that is just to add a little bit of joy to this. But for anybody from IGN or any of those other outlets or Kotaku who try to paint it as you guys are just hateful for the sake of hate, no, we're gamers first. And the conversation has shifted over the years. You brought toxicness into something that we love. Lara Croft should have been celebrated in her whole, not called a problem. Samus is one of the most iconic females in video gaming. And for you to sit there and say that you need more female representation just shows how much of a loser that you are and that you're not somebody who is a gamer and that you're just a tourist. We didn't get this way because we chose to. This is all a reaction. And so when we have our stupid little funny side spiff comments about who's the sexiest professor or is Asmongold peak male performance.
He is.
Always, exactly. But it just comes back to the fact that we love everything about this industry, from the good and the bad, and we criticize it because it comes from a place of love, of wanting it to be the best that it can. When I talk about Pokemon and go on rants, it's because I love it, even when I'm saying that I hate something that they did. Like, they don't understand that. And
they do. They do understand that because they're worse than tourists. They're not merely tourists, they're ideologues, and they're doing this to transform culture. They have to make us the bad guys. They have to shove all their shit in the remakes that people don't remember the originals. All they remember are the remakes because, why would I play something with worse graphics when I can play the pretty one? Right? So it's going to be their story. It's going to be their ideology that people remember. It's building the modern audience.
They do not care about creativity or preserving storytelling. It's so frustrating. Like you said with the remakes, yes, Silent Hill 2 remake does look pretty. It really does. But they made changes and then they shoved those changes in people's face. That was a choice that they made. They hired consultants because they lacked confidence. And yeah, I'm glad people are having fun with it. But the original, the charm and the limitations, like the camera angle thing, that was beautiful. That was a masterpiece, using limitations to create art like that. You don't see it today, and it's so sad. And I wish people would go back and play the originals because I think it would just renew how innovative this industry can be in their minds.
I agree. 100%. And like when I talked about the Silent Hill thing, people asked if I was going to play it. And it's like, I'd like to. I loved the original Silent Hill 2. I would love to play the remake. Unfortunately, they hired hit detection. And I don't want to reward developers for hiring on these DEI consultancy companies. Because even if in one game, the consultancy company only touches one or two things here and there, the more you reinforce that, yes, I will still give you money if you work with them. Yes, I want more of this. They're going to go further and further, and it's going to get worse and worse. And eventually, we're going to find ourselves in another situation 3, 4, 5 years from now. And when we're just like, how did it get so bad? We were talking about this 5 years ago.
100%, 1000%.
Stop buying the sloppa.
This is the slippery slope that we continuously talk about for sure. We got one more story, and then we'll get to some of your wonderful support. Which, guys, thank you very much. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. That greatly appreciate it. Helps us be exposed to new people over here on YouTube with the algorithm and such. We appreciate you guys tuning in and being a part of our life, letting us to be a part of yours as well. Retromeister came in with the $50 super chat. Says, morning scrollers. Question for Foxu and Savvy. With the fallout of Netflix's Tomb Raider and turning Lara Croft into a feminist thanks to Gamergate, should we move on and make new heroines inspired by Lara or continue to defend her and her legacy? Ladies, should we just make new characters or should we keep going back to the well with characters that have been abused?
I mean, if you were faithful to the material, you could do both.
Yeah. I'll never say no to creating something new. If somebody runs to write fan fiction and then turn it into an actual story, much like we saw with Twilight, please feel free to do it. There's nothing more beautiful than being inspired by something and creating something brand new.
Like Pal World.
Yes. Be inspired by what was, but fill it with all the things you think it's missing. And if you choose to go to market with that and people buy it, that's awesome. And I think that that's a win in everybody's book. But allowing these people to make changes and then still give them money, we got to stop that shit. And it is obviously stopping because they're all tanking, right? Nobody wants their remade slop. Nobody wants their re-envisioned clearly problematic free Lara Croft. No, they want Lara Croft as she was, and these people will keep getting pushed back until they respect the IP. And if they don't,
well, that's where the problem comes into, though, right? Because the Silent Hill 2 remake did sell like what 1 million copies or something already. So
did it?
Yeah, people are heavily buying Silent Hill 2. And Silent Hill 2 is part of the sloppa because it does have the DEI consultants on it. And if you are buying that kind of sloppa, you are telling them this is okay to do. I want more of this. And it's going to encourage them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Silent Hill 2 has sold 1 million copies in 3 days. So just a heads up. So.
I mean, like, on one hand, I'm happy for some of the people involved. Obviously, the guy who did all the music, Akira Toriyama, I think is his full name. He, obviously his music is used again, and anytime that I get to hear anything by him, I'm very happy. But, you can't, you just have to, you can't reward the use of that. And however, I try to go a step further and say, look, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money, just make informed decisions. And I'm glad more people know. And I know for a fact that, thank you for the correction on the name, chat. Sorry. My brain's not working today. I stayed up too late. I'm sorry.
I was thinking Akira Yamaoka, but then you said Toriyama, and I was like, I don't know who that is. Never mind.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm stupid. I know. It's fine. Everybody make fun of me.
I'm really bad at names, but Yamaoka did. I'm pretty sure it was some stuff on the Xenosaga soundtrack, and that's why I know his name.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you guys understand. This is like 6 a.m. for Savvy right now. She's just figuring out that the sun is up. So just
no, I haven't even seen the sun. It's completely dark from the bedroom to the basement. There is no sun.
Oh my God.
But no, my point to all that was the more that people are informed, the better. I'll never tell you what to do with your money, but just know if they're going to make small changes like an outfit today, they're going to make worse changes later on.
And it's like, I also don't exactly like preaching, but gamers have been very known to buy the sloppa for many, many years. Like, especially as someone who played Terra, anyone who played console Terra, you are a problem who buys the sloppa. Like, there's just no two ways around that. And it's unfortunate because it's like this, as much as people don't like hearing it, this is a culture war. These DEI companies coming in and advising these games, pushing this propaganda, pushing this ideology in your games. It's not just the gaming industry. It's all encompassing. It's everywhere. They're trying to make a generation of people who are even more indoctrinated than my generation, than the ones below me. It is an all or nothing scenario. And it's unfortunate that we've gotten to this point, but you can thank your grandparents and your parents for doing basically nothing to push back on it.
There's a lot there, and I don't disagree. All right, we got one more story, but first, Spencer from Frostback came in with the 20 over on Rumble. Says, being from Alberta, it's painful to see what's happened to my hometown hero in gaming. Rest in peace, BioWare, and fuck this skinwalker currently impersonating it. Thank you, Spencer. Appreciate that. Also, John, my boy John Kanji, came in with the $50 direct donation. That's outstanding, John. Says, somehow Craig is a guy who can't read, has internet powered by a hamster wheel, and forgets he's muted half the time, is one of my favorite people to watch. Also, hi, Savvy and Kirsche and Blabs. Thanks, John. Appreciate that. I'm working on all those things. I'm trying to improve a little bit more every day. Thank you, John. I greatly appreciate that support. Also, great support from Bantam Sertorius. Says, hail side scrollers. Hail to... Oh, hold on. Let me get that.
Oh, my God. The booba.
Look at that.
Wait till you see the 150 one.
Yeah, it's... Hey, by the way, Blabs, in your DMs, you have a new...
I know. I saw. I really love how, like, Craig here is talking, like, about DEI with, like, a straight face. Meanwhile, he's sending me booby videos, chat.
Oh, my God.
It showed up on my timeline. It showed up on
There's nothing more anti-DEI than some nice booba, though.
I don't think it's actually better than the ones we have, Craig. So I
you don't think so?
No.
Hold on. Let's actually pull it up really fast because Bantam. I will read your message in just a second, but this is actually a very important conversation to have.
Very important booba.
Yeah. This is listen.
We must judge the booba.
Maybe we add this as like a potentially a $200. But
you think that's better than the 151, dude? It's impossible to beat that one.
There's not as much shake here, right? And but at the same time, you don't necessarily have to, you could get creative.
yes,
Here we
we
go.
do.
Here we go. Like, I'm going to mute this because it doesn't really matter what she's saying.
It doesn't matter what she says.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying, like,
Nah, that is definitely not better than what the ones we have for 100.
This is how you start your Gooner session off.
Yeah.
You start with this. You don't bring
There's
this.
not enough jiggle for it to be exciting.
Yeah, I will just flash the 150.
There we go. It's nice. And, it's
I'll
up
have
in
to
that.
send you some of my art references.
No, thank you.
Oh,
Can't
you'll love
wait.
them.
Okay. Hey, Bandom came and says, "Hail Satchel is hail the savviest savvy in this hemisphere. Hail Fox Lady, thanks to whom the voices in my head speak Bostonian. The video game industry is sinking in the drain while incompetent idiots run the show. Should we let it burn? Should we?
Sweet Baby wants to burn it down, and I say I can't wait for all of them to lose their jobs.
Well, they're down to 15. There was 16, and now there's 15 after.
Well, we don't know if anyone's been hired recently.
That's true. That's true. Maybe they're expanding, but yes. Hey, thank you very much for that. I don't think we can just let it burn. I think letting it burn, you're passive to the situation. You have to be active. You have to show with your actions. Talking is great, but you have to be active. And look, I have every intention, 100% intention of getting into game development. That is something that we 100% will do in time, because you have to provide an alternative, because I know there's, look, if anything, if this show has taught me anything, is that the normal man exists, and that normal men like boobs, they like guns, they like blood, they like chaos, they like blowing things up, they like sticks of dynamite, they like 80s martial arts movies, they love all these things, right? And
they want a shotgun in one hand, a beer in the other, and a hot double D bimbo hanging off their back saying, "Shoot him, baby, shoot him."
Yeah, we need more normal people back in game development, people who actually like video games and want to create good games instead of injecting ideological theater into it.
Right. Well, we're going to do it. And when there's a time, we'll get there for sure. Maybe that's something we do here in year 3. The Titter Pig Rancher.
I love this person.
Came in with the $50 super chat. Look at that. Saying, "I'm not equals based Kirsche. Fun can be objectively bad. Having fun with Silent Hill 2, etc. At all just displays a lack of critical thought. Savvy can't agree more hard about the analysis of why all us normal men / gamers are toxic. Both of you preach." Thank you, the Titter Pig Rancher. Love your name. That is outstanding.
That is a crazy name.
I love it. 10 on 10.
Geronimo came in and says, "Kirsche's right. Case in point is Space Marine 2. Even though the game is clean from woke, the company that makes it, Games Workshop, is infested with it. Proof is the women custodies thing. Buying Space Marine 2 fuels Games Workshop." A lot of truth in that. Thank you, Geronimo. Really appreciate that support. 90 Dragoons came in with the 15, says, "Dragon Age is far past its prime. It's been gradually getting worse with each passing iteration. The woke puddle at the bottom of all the bullshit slide is just a desperate attempt to cash out. You don't hire radical activists if you want to make money." Bingo. Thank you, 90 Dragoons. That's huge. Local Crackhead came in with the 10, says, "The internet was better when everyone was under the impression that if you so much as hinted to anything about your IRL side, a crackhead would come to your house and skin you alive." Hi, Kirsche. That's a nice skin you got there.
Please don't skin me alive.
Weird. Kalichioki says, "Savvy Z moves are lame, and Gigamax is probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen in Pokemon. The franchise just shouldn't expand upon Mega Evolution from Gen 6. Agreed?"
In theory, yes, but I actually don't mind Z moves. I also don't mind the idea of every region having different crystallization activation gimmicks. I think that one day they're going to have to bring everything together to explain the spaceness of it, because I really do think the alien theory is the best one possible. But it doesn't. Stop it. Just stop. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, Mega Stones were the coolest." Yeah, they were cool. They were hype as shit. All right. But the Terra stuff is cool too. It's giant Pokemon and the big fat Pikachu. That's pretty cute, and it fits the theme of the time because they went bombastic and big because it was an entertainment story. It was a story of literally an idol, a sports idol rising to fame and then putting on a show for people. That's why the Gigantamax shit is okay.
Okay. Alundis came in and says, hey guys, heading to Japan in November, and I unfortunately lost my raffle for the tickets to go to the new Nintendo Museum, so I'm looking for ideas on places to visit. Any recommendations? Well, Blabs was just there. Blabs, do you have any recommendations for Alundis?
Yeah, so if you didn't get to go to the Nintendo Museum, which also I was not able to go to that, I would try your very best to get to Universal for Nintendo Land, which has a whole bunch of Mario there. I really like the Osaka Castle. If you're going to be in Osaka, go there. That's gorgeous. Lots of samurai history. Very interesting. Hit up a couple of shrines. They're like everywhere. I went to I don't even know how many shrines I was there. I think like 5 of them or something. So yeah, just find a shrine. Very beautiful. Learn. The end. And food. Go to food. Food everywhere. Street food. Yummy.
Go to Akihabara. That's where you're going to play. That's where they have all the arcade.
Oh, yeah. All the retro games and stuff.
For sure. Good for y'all. Okay. Well, I'll tell you, we're going to hold on to this. We're going to hold on to this story till tomorrow. So I will hold on to this Call of Duty story because it is interesting. But we'll get to that later on. With that said, we got a lot of support today. You guys have been very generous, and we genuinely appreciate that, allowing us to do this on a day-to-day basis. So thank you guys very much. I'm gonna read every super chat over 10, and I will continue the stream over on locals. But I'm going to give Kirsche and Savvy the opportunity. Savvy to go back to bed. Kirsche to continue her world domination. I will give you all the opportunity to bounce if y'all would like the opportunity to do so. But like I said, I'm going to continue this stream. We're going to continue. Like I said, we're going to stop over on YouTube over here for the algorithm purposes, because I think once we kind of go to super chats, we see a drop off, and that ruins the algorithm aspect of things. So we're going to keep on going over at sidescrollerspodcast.com. It is free to be a member over there. We're going to be doing more and more stuff over there. But we've gone 2 hours over here, so we're going to continue it over there. So make an account over at sidescrollerspodcast.com, where I'm going to be reading off the super chats over there. So go do that right now. Got it? Okay, great. Now, once again, over at SideScroller, it's free to make an account. We're going to make it available for everybody. It's free. So with that said, Savvy, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
You can find me on X and YouTube at Madam Savvy. Yay! I'm not going to apologize for how much I'm posting about Gen 6 Pokemon. And if I accidentally do the thing again where I put inappropriate stuff on my main account, I don't care.
Oh, no.
That's my advertisement. It's such a strong case to follow me.
I love it. And Kirsche, please tell everybody where they can find you.
Hello, I am Kirsche. You can find me on YouTube at Kirsche Verstal, on Twitch at Kirsche, and I think I'm Kirsche Verstal on Twitter as well.
All right. Awesome. Well, you guys go find Kirsche and Savvy over on theinternet.com. You will put links down there. Once again, we're going to continue the show over at sidescrollerspodcast.com. It is free to join as a member over there. And once again, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff heading into the new year over there. But with that said, Savvy, Kirsche, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining us today. You guys have a great one, and we'll catch you guys later on.
Yeah, thank you for letting us yap with you again.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure. You want?
Sorry for demonetizing you.
It's okay. Do y'all want to do like an ooh-woo before we go out?
Oh, yeah, we gotta give them a classic ooh-woo.
And we're not demonetized.
we can wow.
All right, Alexa. I'm going to get you all the super chats over at sidescrollerspodcast.com. Thank you guys very much for your support over there, and we will see you guys over there. So with that said, over here on YouTube, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys later on.
Bye.
Fatality.
Oh gosh, there we go. Sorry, I got that early. There you go. There we go. Okay.